Good morning all, hope you're doing well, hope you're staying safe. It's Tuesday the 27th of May. If you were celebrating the long weekend, hope you had a great weekend, and now it's time to get back to work. Usual stuff from me today to start off with. US cases still coming down, which is great. Florida cases actually just level at the moment, don't know what that means for phase 2, I guess we'll find out soon. A little bit about Shanghai Disneyland. It's been open now since May the 11th. So let's see what's been happening over there. We've got crowds at Daytona Beach, unfortunately, at Memorial Day weekend, which is what it was in the US here, and police had to be called to that. What's open now at City Walk, they've now expanded their offering on food and beverages, so I'm going to go through that. Universal's website's been updated to show what you'll have to do when you get there and the social distancing that's going to be in place. And City Walk's hours have also now been expanded to correlate with the opening of the 3 parks. Still no news on the capacity of any of Universal's 3 parks or who will get priority, and still no RSVPs for pass holders or anybody else at the moment. Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings said that Disney World would be announcing its opening this week. I guess that's going to be tomorrow because that's when the next Orange County Task Force meeting is, but we'll have news from that hopefully tomorrow. I'll be watching that Task Force meeting. And that's it for the headlines. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll get this approximately 6 days a week at the moment. We're very, very close to 1,000 subscribers now. At time of recording this, we're at 992. So get us over the line to 1,000, that'd be great, thank you. Okay, let's go to the news. New cases in the US were 24,002 on Thursday, 21,929 on Friday, and 19,608 on Saturday. For Sunday, it looks like we're going to be around the 17,000 mark, which would be the lowest since March. In Florida, since the spike on Wednesday, Thursday was 776 cases, Friday was 676, and Saturday was 740. Sunday is going to show a little bit of an increase in that. Shanghai Disneyland reopened on May the 16th. At Gourmet DIY covers Shanghai Disneyland a lot on Twitter, and this still from some footage he shot recently shows that people are not now adhering to the face mask requirement there. This is a still from Shanghai which shows people queuing up to get into Popeye's chicken shop. It was Memorial Day weekend here in the United States this weekend, and the first public holiday since Florida went into full Phase 1 reopening. Police were called to Daytona Beach Boardwalk on Sunday when a large gathering took place. This is despite a requirement of 50 people or less to gather and with social distancing in place. City Walk reopened on May the 14th, and Universal's website now includes an updated list of what's open there. This includes Cinnabon, Cold Stone Creamery, Hot Dog Hall of Fame, Vivo Italian Kitchen and Toothsome Chocolate Emporium. No further retail outlets have been opened at this point. Universal Orlando opens to the public next Friday, June the 5th, and its homepage now includes a disclaimer regarding COVID-19. Universal's website includes information on the mandatory wearing of face coverings and the requirement for a temperature check, plus its rules for the minimization of COVID-19. Universal's website also encourages guests to download their app, where you can order meals, get virtual line return times, purchase tickets, and set up Tap to Pay at Volcano Bay. Initial hours of operation at Universal Studios Florida and Universal's Islands of Adventure will be 9 to 6 p.m, and on Universal's Volcano Bay will be 9 to 5 p.m. City Walk's hours will be expanded from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. to now being 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Universal still hasn't released any information on what the park's capacities will be initially, nor who will get priority if capacity is reached. There is no RSVP system in place yet for annual pass holders. While June the 1st and 2nd park openings will be limited to team members, the 3rd and 4th of June will be invited guests only. No details of who that will be have yet been released. Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings said Disney is due to announce plans for its reopening this week. The next Orange County Task Force meeting is tomorrow. The NBA has released a tweet saying that it's engaged in exploratory conversations with Disney about playing the remainder of its season at Disney's Wide World of Sports complex. No details of where the teams may be housed or how long it may take to complete the season have yet been released. Okay, so US cases still falling off, which is great. I think all 50 states now have gone into their phase 1 reopenings, so hopefully everything's going to stay on a decline and we'll get to where we're going to get to. Florida cases unfortunately don't seem to be declining at all at the moment. It seems to be going up and down, As you've seen from the pictures from Daytona, that doesn't make very good reading or looking at all. If people are so silly that they think they can just flout the regulations, then where are we going to get to? We're going to have an influx of people coming from out of state, I would guess, quite soon with the reopening of Universal next week, and it's only going to get worse from there on as SeaWorld reopens and then Disney World reopens at some point. So I don't know how we're going to get reinforcement of this idea that you've got to social distance, you've got to wear a mask if you're told to wear a mask. Only the parks can do that, but then when you're out and about, either as a local or as somebody who comes in as a guest to the area, just please abide by the regulations that are going on at the time. Shanghai Disneyland, that appears to be a bit of a cluster at the moment. I don't know whether the pictures that came from Shanghai are representative of the whole picture there or whether they were cherry picked. It's always very difficult to get a true picture just from a very small clip. But it does seem that those people that were in that line, at least two of them had no masks on or had masks pulled down, which is again nuts. I'm hoping that as time progresses over here, once the theme parks have been opened, that people still do abide by the regulations, that the theme parks still do enforce those regulations until sometimes they're told to relax them. I guess it's quite easy to get complacent and say, okay, it looks all right now, cases are going down or whatever it might be at the time, and then think, oh, well, I don't have to do that now. Well, and I'm sorry I keep harping on about these COVID-19 social distancing and mask regulations, but I guess they're there for a reason, and we need to just abide by them. All right, enough soapbox stuff. Open now at City Walks, we've got more food and beverage openings, so hopefully that will then lessen the issues that were there on day one. And again, I haven't been there since day one, so I don't know if people have just thought, I'm not going there now. If I'm going to wait 2 hours for a meal, I'm not going, because there are so few retail shops open. The only thing to do really is wander around and have a meal. So I'm glad now that there are, that's expanded by 4 or 5 more food and beverage outlets now. So that's good news for them. The thing about Universal now, we're opening next week. Okay, we've got the 3rd and 4th, which are guests only, and we still don't know who those guests are. I don't have an annual pass, so I'm not going to get any kind of, sorry for that, that's the microphone. I'm not going to get any kind of email, but I'm guessing other people will, and that will be on the internet very, very quickly as to who's going to get those tickets for the 3rd and 4th. And then the 5th is when it opens to the public. Again, zero understanding yet about capacity. Is it going to be 50%? Is it going to be less? I'm kind of hoping it's going to be less. Who's going to get those tickets? And what does that mean for capacity? How are they going to shuffle people between Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure? If one gets to capacity, are they simply going to say, well, sorry, your ticket's only valid for the other park now? It's still very interesting, and I'm hoping it's got to be today or tomorrow when they tell people who's going to be able to go. Is there going to be an RSVP system put in place to say, okay, I want to go on opening day, or the 7th or the 8th or whenever it's going to be, and the time you're going to go? I don't know. I really don't know what they're going to do at the moment. But what they can't do, hopefully, is just have thousands of people turning up and then being told, no, you can't come in, because that will just be horrific, I think, for them. And then Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings then saying that Disney World is going to announce its opening this week. So the next Orange County Task Force meeting is tomorrow. They're usually at 2 o'clock. So I'm going to be on that, listening to that, to try and get an understanding of, is it just going to be, are they going to announce a date? Are they not? Are they just going to say we're going to open sometime in July? Are they going to say we're going to open all 4 parks on this date and all the resorts on this date, or is it going to be somewhere in between? Are they going to present as Universal did last week? I really hope they do, because that was a good presentation from Universal, and Disney World could really do well by following their lead. And then the NBA, what impact is that going to have on anything? They're going to play at the Wide World of Sports. I had a look at which resorts might contain them, I came up with a number of 2,000 yesterday, if you saw that video from yesterday. 2,000 people is what Disney, I think, may need to accommodate. There are only 3 resorts that can do that, and I think the best one that's suited to that is Coronado Springs, because it's way out in the back of Disney World towards Animal Kingdom actually, but it's very close to the 429 toll road, so that all the coaches that will need to come down into Disney can do that through a back route and not go through Disney Springs, and I guess cause a lot of attraction of people watching them, and then they can all be self-contained. That isn't the closest resort to the wide world of sports. So again, people who have got reservations coming up really don't know where they stand right now. Is it going to be there? Is it going to be somewhere else? Are they going to be told to move? Don't know. Again, they're only in preliminary discussions at the moment, and they're talking about starting the games in late July, and that's probably going to take 2 or 3 months then to complete from start to finish. From the teams have got 15 to 19 games left, and then you've got a post-season that lasts usually 2 months. They might concentrate that into 6 weeks. So that's the news for today. Any announcements that are made this week, and of course that big one being Disney, I'll bring you that as soon as I can, with all the detail that goes behind that. For now, stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you tomorrow. See you for now. Cheers. Bye-bye.